What's up guys, Blizzard Productions here, back with another video, and today I'm going to be doing what I have been doing the last few weeks, which is coming up with my predictions for every game of this week in the NFL, and I do think that I'm going to have a better week. These still are very evenly matched games, and I have not been doing good this year on picks. I know that for sure, because there's outcomes I would have never thought would have had. So yeah, that kind of just messes me up, but I think that I might be on track this time, but who knows? These still are very good games, and the NFL came up with really good, evenly matched games for the most part this year. So now, with that being said, if you don't know how this works, I just come up with the outcome of each game and why I think that outcome is going to end up happening. So enough of me talking, and let's get into the video. Starting off, we have the very early morning, 6:30 where I live, and I think the Vikings are going to win in this one. The Saints and Vikings both are pretty close to being the same as far as what level they are right now and how good they are playing, but I do believe that this game is a big opportunity for the Vikings to show that they are still who people thought they were and who I think they are. I think that they are going to be a pretty decent team this year, above average team, and in this game, I think that they'll be able to prove it. With that being said, I have the Vikings winning. Moving on, we have the Seahawks at the Lions, and I think this is a really evenly matched game. I think that the Lions are going to come away with the win in this one. The Lions have done a lot better than what I expected. I expected them to be better than last year, but not this good. They still have only won one game, but they have been playing their opponents pretty tough. And so with that being said, against the Seahawks, who are about what I expected, besides that first game, have not been playing that well, I think that the Lions will overcome this a little bit strugglesome Seahawks team. Moving on, we had the Jets at the Steelers, and I have this game being another pretty close game, but I have the Steelers coming away with the win in this one. The reason is because they have a very good head coach, and not only that, but the team that they're going against, the Jets, have Robert Saleh, and I'm not saying he's a bad coach. He used to be the defensive coordinator for the Niners and was very good, but I do think that he sometimes makes some bad coaching mistakes, and not only that, but he just is put with a very young team that isn't that experienced in the NFL. Now, with that being said, Zach Wilson is expected to be back in this game, which could mean that it could be a good game or a bad game. It depends on if Zach Wilson is how he has been, because if he has been really bad, which is what I, in my opinion, feel he has, besides his really good running skills, and then I don't see the Jets having a good game. Now, if he came out of that injury looking a lot better than what he did, then I could see the Jets winning. But with that being said, I still think that the Steelers are going to win. Moving on, we had the Bears at the Giants, and the Giants are wearing their throwback helmets, but anyways, I think the Giants are going to win in this one. The Giants just seem like the better team, and not only that, but they're a lot better than I thought they would be this year. Their new coach is doing a very good job, as well as Saquon Barkley, their running back, looks like his old self. He has just been really good and dominant, and if the Bears aren't able to stop Saquon Barkley from getting yards, then the Giants, I think, are going to steamroll over the Bears. Moving on, we have the Titans at the Colts, and this is going to be another good game, and I think that the Colts are going to come away with the win in this one. The Colts played very well against the Chiefs last week and got their first win, so now they are 1-1-1. That last one is a tie, and, the Colts look like what I was expecting them to look like this year, and against the Chiefs, that's a very big thing, and that's got to be a momentum starter for this team. If the Colts are able to play like how they played against the Chiefs last week, I see them coming away with the win in this one. Moving on, we had the Browns at the Falcons. The Browns' offense has been a lot better than I expected without Deshaun Watson, but I think the Falcons are going to come away with the win in this one. The Falcons also look a lot better than what I would have expected this year, and the Browns, they also, like I said, have been looking good, so I think that this will be a lot of an offensive game, but I think in the end, we'll see the Falcons come away with the win. Marcus Mariota has been kind of surprising me, and I think he is a little bit of an underrated quarterback. A lot of people have been hitting on him and saying that he's not that good, but I think that he'll be able to help this franchise at least get to the playoffs in the near future. Moving on, we had the Commanders at the Cowboys, and the Cowboys have looked a lot better than what I thought they would without Dak, and I think that they'll come away with the win in this one. The Commanders have not looked as good as people were starting to think after that Week 1 win that they had, and Carson Wentz has been sacked the most out of all the quarterbacks in the NFL right now. So that's not a good thing for the Commanders. And with this Cowboys defense and how dominant their line is and their defense, I think that we will see a pretty one-sided affair going the Cowboys' way. With that being said, I see the Cowboys winning in this one. Moving on, we had the Jaguars at the Eagles, and the Eagles are the only undefeated team in the NFL now, and I think that they'll get the win in this one and be 4-0. They have looked a lot better than I think anyone would have thought, and they are just looking great right now. Jalen Hurts has been looking very good, as well as his offense, and then the defense has also been looking very good for the Eagles as well. With that being said, the Jaguars have looked also a lot better than what I would have thought, and it's a big improvement from what they looked like last year. And with that being said, I think that it could be a closer game, but I see in the end the Eagles coming away with the win. Moving on, we had the Bills at the Ravens, and I have this game being a really good game. It's going to be really close, but the Bills are going to come away with the win in this one. The Bills have looked really good, and yeah, they did lose to the Dolphins last week, so they are now 2-1. But, they still looked really good against the Dolphins, and the Dolphins have looked really good. And Tua Tagovailoa, I hope and have my best wishes go to you. But anyways, not talking about the Dolphins, talking about the Bills. The Bills offense is just really dominant, especially with Josh Allen. He is my fantasy QB, so hopefully he goes off today. And then as for the Ravens, Lamar Jackson has been a lot better than what I have expected. I know Lamar Jackson is a decent quarterback, definitely above average quarterback, but he has been putting up so much points these last 3 games that it's just unbelievable. With that being said, I have the Bills, though, overcoming Lamar Jackson and the Ravens. Moving on, we have the Cardinals at the Panthers, and I have this one being a pretty evenly matched game, and I think the Panthers are going to win in this one. Panthers looked good last week, and I've been saying this the whole entire year, is that if you give Baker Mayfield time in the pocket, he can go ahead and connect with some receivers that burn the defense and make some really big plays. With that being said, I see that happening in this game, and the Panthers line being able to contain and stop the Cardinals' defensive line from getting to Baker Mayfield and putting pressure on him. With that being said, I think that the Panthers are going to win in this one. Moving on, we had the Broncos at the Raiders, and the Raiders are the only team in the NFL that has not gotten a win yet. They'll finally get their first win in this game, though. The Broncos' defense has looked okay, but as far as their offense goes, it has not looked good at all. And as for the Raiders, they have been just terrible this year and terrible coaching. They were expected to come in and be a very good team, and they have lost really close games. They've blown really big leads, and I think, though, that they'll finally go ahead and get a win in this one. It's just crazy how they have Devontae Adams and got all these good players just to be 0-3. But like I said, I think that they'll finally get their first win. Moving on, we had the Patriots at the Packers, and these teams both have not looked the same, but I think the Packers are going to win in this one. The Packers, like I just said, have not looked the same and have not looked as good as they did last year, but in the end, the record is still 2-1, so that's a winning record, and I think that they'll be able to still continue that and be 3-1. The Patriots have not looked that good this year at all, and Mac Jones now is out, and I don't know how the backup for the Patriots is, but I don't think he's as good as Mac Jones. So with that being said, I see the Packers going ahead and winning in this one. Moving on, we have the Chiefs at the Buccaneers, and I'm surprised this game is still being played at Raymond James. But anyways, I think the Chiefs are going to come away with the win in this one. Tom Brady has not looked like himself so far this year, and the Chiefs, yes, they lost last week against the strugglesome Colts, but besides that, they have looked very good. Against the Chargers, they looked decent, and then especially against the Cardinals in Week 1, they looked very good. With that being said, I have the Chiefs coming away with the win in this one. And last but not least, we have the Monday Night Football game. The Niners hosting the Rams. And it's the first time I'm going to say this. I think the Niners are going to lose and the Rams are going to win. Unfortunately, the Niners have just not looked that good this year. And I say unfortunately because they're my favorite team and they're the team that I root for. I hope that they win. I obviously always hope that they win. But they have not looked that good this year. And the Rams haven't also looked that good this year. But they are definitely a better team than the Niners right now. With that being said, I think that Jimmy Garoppolo, if he doesn't show up and do what he can do and starts throwing interceptions and doing stupid safeties and doing stupid plays, then I have the Rams winning. I have the Rams, though, winning by a little bit because the defense for the Niners are very good. But like I said, if you can't score on offense, then I think that the Rams are going to win. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please remember to like and subscribe. I hope you liked it. I enjoyed making it. And hopefully, like I said in the intro, I am back on track. I feel I'm going to be, but who knows. And I'm sure by the time you see this video, it'll be after the NFL games have already ended, or at least half them. So with that being said, I really do hope that you guys watched this whole thing, listen to what I said. If you didn't, that's fine. If you're still over here, it means that you still went ahead and gave me the hours technically on views. So now with that being said, I thank you so much for watching this video. Please remember to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next week.